Alright, here we are for our very first Innistrad draft. I actually have no idea what I am... Jesus. Gavany Township, I guess, is used right now and constructed, and probably isn't horrible. So I think I might end up just picking it up. I really have no idea what direction to go. Geist Flame obviously looks good. Battleground Geists. As I said, this is my very first draft. I think the choice between Geist Flame, probably one of the better cards. Maybe Lumbernaut's decent. Battleground Geist, Makeshift Mauler, all pretty good. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Township. It's a decent card at the moment. I think green-white is good. And yeah, since I'm not really sure what directions to go, it's actually worth a little bit. I think it's fine to pick up. And it's also a land that can be splashable, so I probably want to be looking in a green-white direction since I picked that up right here. Though, if I get like mana fixers, I could be, I guess, green-black and splashing a little bit, or even like green-red. Though we just passed the Geist Flame. I think this comes down to Abattoir Ghoul and Rage Thrower here. Just based on what I got. I guess Stitcher's Apprentice could be okay. Or Makeshift Mauler, assuming we could be green, blue, white, maybe? Yeah, I really don't know what is great in this format. I'm going to lean toward the blue here. Okay, it looks a little bit too expensive. Well, this Pilgrim looks like it could fit in our deck. Ooh, I think the Priest is just a little bit better than that. Yeah, I mean, a Tapper, I don't think we can go wrong with a Tapper. Pilgrim would probably be the second best thing since it can help us splash this. It kind of ramps up. I mean, I guess... I don't really know exactly, again, what direction I'm going here. I don't even know if blue-white is an actual viable strategy, but I assume it could be. So I think I'd be leaning towards some kind of white-green splash type thing, or blue-green splash. Like, I think it would be good to make use of the Township, but this guy's definitely the best card here. So it looks like, I think Travel Preparations again is pretty good, but I think Voiceless Spirit, I mean 2/1 flying first strike, I think it's kind of hard to go wrong with that guy. Cloistered Youth looks okay, but I don't think it's one of the, like, I think Voiceless Spirit with the evasion is just a little bit stronger than that. And it looks like white's open since we're getting a decent amount of white here. And hopefully things like this come back later since they require a little bit of green in there as well. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Voiceless Spirit. It makes the most sense with what we currently have. Yeah, this guy returns a creature card, right? Because he's not bad in an aggressive deck. There's Ranger's Guile, but I think Abbey Griffin, I mean, Flyers, you can't go wrong with Flyers at the moment. I think it's probably the best card for us. Sensory Deprivation could be okay, especially in blue-white with a lot of Flyers, so I don't think it... I think we're not necessarily stuck with blue yet. Like, we're probably, possibly going blue, but, like, outside, like, I don't know if this card's overrated or not, or underrated, but it looks like blue's being scooped up and white's open, so we might as well stick with white for the moment. So it's either between, I think, Deranged Assistant or Rebuke. I really think Deranged Assistant's pretty good. Obviously, it depends on what type, like, if we get a lot of Maulers and stuff, I think we'd really want a lot of Deranged Assistants. But Rebuke looks hot by itself. I think it's a good card. Maybe not the best card in aggressive strategy that's always tapping out, But I still think it's a fun card, and it's keeping us on color, so I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, it does not look hot. Caravan Vigil looks okay, since it would allow us to splash. None of these other cards look that great. Kind of wishing I had taken the Rage Throw, I think, over this and gone with a more aggressive strategy where we could be splashing red, like green-white splashing red, because I don't think we can. You can really splash Makeshift Mauler. Well, we got a Shimmering Grotto, which would help us splash, but we did just get a Caravan Vigil, and there's an Abbey Gargoyle or Abbey Griffin still in this pack, so I think it's still worth staying with the white theme. It's interesting, like. There's two of these here. They could come late, so a token theme deck might be pretty solid. But yeah, I would be considering this. Like, I think it could be good, but right now the Griffin's just, I think, too powerful that it's not quite worth considering just yet. So here we got a choice between Sensory Deprivation, and I think Ranger's Guile. Silverchase Fox doesn't look to be really what I want to be going with. I think I'd rather play... like, he doesn't have evasion. He's just kind of a bear. I think we can fill in our bear slot pretty easily. I think, and I'd rather play green-white than the blue, just based on what I've seen so far. So I think I'm going to take Ranger's Guile. We did not get back that other token card, by the way. I think I'll just take Nightbird Clutches, destroy all enchantments. I really don't know. I guess this could be a good sideboard. Yeah, I'll go with it. We might be more likely to sideboard there than otherwise. Than playing the red. Protection from zombies could be quite relevant, actually. Especially in a deck where we already have 3 flyers and a tapper. Like, we're kind of aggressive green-white, but like green-white control, we have a removal. Yeah, I'm going to take the Grave Ramble. Good sideboard at the very least. I think I'll just go ahead and take Ghost Quarter here. Yeah, it does not look that great. Ghost Quarter could be a sideboard card in certain situations. And these cards seem all crappy. Alright, this probably folly taking that, since none of these cards work very well with that. This should definitely be like a Rage Thrower instead. It would have been much better as a finisher. As you can see, I've been on kind of a crappy streak lately since I'm down to 1800. Definitely have not been playing my best. I'll have to go back and look through the other videos and see if I made any subtle mistakes. I think I've been rushing through games and not completely focused recently. Moorland Haunt. Exile a creature there. That looks pretty good. Unburial Rites is also kind of decent as a splash card. Oh, the Wolf is good. I guess Cloistered Youth is fine in like a green-white beatdown deck. Gosh, this... I mean, this looks like it could do something. Then we have stuff like Orchard Spirit. We could splash like Brimstone Volley. In fact, it's probably best to like just go ahead and take the Brimstone Volley and splash that. We already have the Caravan Vigil. We could probably pick up like a Grotto. I think it's a little bit better than like just the Blazing Torch. Though Blazing Torch is colorless and could keep us just completely on plan. I think splashing's okay because this card's so powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. I don't think it's worth us taking the Haunt here, and I like this deck right now can't really make use of the Mauler. Ooh, Fiend Hunter. Well, that's gonna be our pick. Yeah. think Orchard Spirit's really good. Like, it might have been better just to go ahead and stick on color and take that than go for the splash. But again, I mean, I think it's okay to splash in this format. I'm going to hide the Ghost Quarter here. Just because of Traveler's Amulet and the Grotto and Caravan Vigil here. But I will need to get those. But yeah, Fiend Hunter, definitely the card we're taking here. Not really much of a decision. Wow, this guy seems pretty good. Well, so here, well, okay, Slayer of the Wicked, there's no real choice. I just was about to say we're going to think about splashing Geist Flame or taking the card to fix our mana, and then I saw Slayer of the Wicked, which is clearly the pick. Yeah, we don't have to think twice about that one. I'm just going to hide the Grave Bramble for now. It's interesting to note we only have a couple green cards too, so I guess we could be going, like, we might not even be splashing if we go in the direction of the Brimstone Volley. I really wish I'd taken that Rage Thrower, because we could even be looking at red-white then, but I think green-white overall functions a little bit better than red-white, just based on the flashback cards and, like, the Pilgrim as a ramp. But then again, this is my first time playing this. Aside from making a bunch of sealed decks at home, I don't have really any experience in this format. Huh. So, either I take Mausoleum Guard here, which I think he's incredibly good, or I take the Geist Flame. I think I just stick on target with Mausoleum Guard. Like, if we are green-white, I think it's a little bit better than Geist Flame, perhaps, just because we don't want to be splashing too much. Though based on what we're seeing, I mean, we could just have easily moved into red-white. I'm not really sure on the power level of Geist Flame versus Mausoleum Guard. I think Geist Flame's probably a lot better. But Mausoleum Guard is a strong, strong card. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take it and just ship that Geist Flame. I feel like we do need some more earlier drops, like, I was about to say this wolf would really help. Another monstrosity, huh? Well, we see that we have, this human guy could be good too. We got 1 human, 2 humans, these are griffins, 3 humans, 4 humans. We got 4 humans. The wolf is fairly solid too, as is the ambush viper. I mean, as is Traveler's Amulet. I think ambush viper, just because of the way it can kill things, might be better, though its toughness is so low. I'm gonna take it just because it is a pseudo removal spell, and green-white is lacking in removal, but yeah, its toughness is so low. I mean, it's so vulnerable to Geist Flame, things like that. That worries me a little bit. It's also a flash, so that's not to be taken lightly, since you can do it on opposing turns. Sulfur Falls. I might just go ahead and take this. It's like, I know it's kind of stupid of me to take things that sell for tickets when I see 4 pretty solid white cards in the pack, but this is like 3 tickets, like it's paying for a pack. And it looks like I'm not going to be too short on playable, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. If I wasn't grabbing that, I think I would go ahead and take the Gallows Warden, but I'm not entirely sure. I think Prey Upon is clearly the best card here. It's removal. It's not insane removal, but it is removal. hope we're not incredibly short on playables. I really don't know how this is going to end up. Well, Orchard Spirit's pretty nice to get late. Spider spawning also not bad, but I think it fits more in like a blue-green type strategy. And Orchard Spirit fits well in the beatdown strategy. It's hard to block him. Fairly aggressive. Hopefully we get some of the travel preparations, I think it was called. The flashback, put 2+1/+1 tokens out. Since that is an incredible, I mean, I think that's cornerstone to the green-white strategy here. We also need a couple more 2-drops, or one of the Llanowar Elf guys, hopefully, so we can ramp up. Ooh, nice, another Orchard Spirit. Yeah, I think like that's much better than Bramble Crush. I mean, in an aggressive deck, these basically have flying, because you're not going to be holding back to block flyers very often. Awesome. So here, I don't know what's better, the Orchard Spirit or the Wolf. I mean, we're chock full of 3-drops at the moment. We don't have many 2-drops, so I think I'm going to lean toward the Wolf. Just because he's, I mean, this guy's hard to block because he's hard to block. This guy's hard to block because he's big, or can get big. Yeah, so I think I'm just taking him because we need to fill up our curve. Ranger's Guiles could be okay, but I already have that one trick. So I don't necessarily need another. Wow, a Pitchburn Devil's this late. I'm just going to go ahead and take him because if I do end up splashing, he's something that I could definitely splash. But yeah, I'm not... The choice between these two, not 100% sure if picking this guy was correct. Never really having played with them yet. I don't know. Obviously, I mean, I'm just kind of trying to follow curve concerns in that case. Just find sideboard card again. I mean, it could definitely be something like Orchard Spirit's that much better because, like, against a, say, like a blue deck, I just throw out my, or blue-black deck, I throw out my 3/4 pro zombie guys that are sitting in my, that are hidden in my sideboard, and I get another wolf, so maybe he's not that amazing. And yeah, I throw out like those ground guys, and then Orchard Spirits, and they can't really attack through the pro zombie, and I can just swing back because they don't have enough flyers. But we'll see how that works. I really do need to pick up a Traveler's Amulet, I think, or a Shimmerling Grotto at some point. We do have the Caravan Vigil, so it's we can definitely splash. Ooh, Splinter Fright. That guy seems okay. I mean, he seems a little slow. Like, Brimstone Volley probably will just be better since I am going to end up splashing. I'm trying to think what his average power and toughness would be. I mean, he seems okay, but he seems more of like a late game card. Elder Cathar is also not bad at all. Especially because we got a bunch of random humans here. Not a ton of humans, but we got a few. But I think if we are splashing, like, it's fine. Just add another card to that stack and play the volley. So it's that good. Elder Cathar, I think, is an easy pick here. Yeah, these cards are both good, but we can't really do much about them. I'm going to pause it for a second, check my... Alright, sorry about that. I had to be on the phone for a second. I picked up Bonds of Faith over Doom Traveler, and I picked Elder Cathar from that pack we were looking at earlier. I'm taking the Priest here. Ooh, okay. Well, this is a hard pick, actually. Like, Smite the Monsters is solid, Throw Upon Sentry is solid, Orchard Spirit is solid, and I think Pilgrim is solid. Like, Pilgrim looks like it would be the best since we're not doing a lot early on. We like having mana. He's a human, so he can work with stuff like Elder Cathar. and he helps to fix mana a little bit. I think taking the Pilgrim is better than everything else. Though Smite, gosh, like just seeing Smite the Monstrous, like I don't know how good Throbbing Sentry is. Like he doesn't seem bad to me. But the Pilgrim could be best just because of the mana ramp and the fixing. So I think I'm going to take it. That sounds nuts, but yeah. Ooh, and the Shimmering Grotto here. I think that is... And another Smite the Monstrous. We might get a... They're in... yeah, the pack with one of these priests had 2 Caravan visuals. We might get one of those late. So we might have more mana fixing. Here's Spider Grass versus Smite. I honestly don't know what's better. I would say Smite is better. Smite also could just be useless in a lot of situations. We did get the Bonds of Faith. We do have Brimstone Volley. We have enough playables. I think I'm just going to take the Grotto just to help with mana fixing a little bit. There's the late Burning Vengeance for somebody. It definitely does not fit in our deck. One-Eyed Scarecrow looks like it could be okay against us. Probably not something we'd want to play, though. So I think it's either Spider Grasp or the Fox. Seeing Burning Vengeance, maybe it's fine to pick up a Fox since we don't have any enchantment removal yet. But I think Spider Grasp probably has more applicable uses. Like versus Ranger's Guile versus Grasp. Maybe Grasp is a bit better. I'm going to go ahead and take the Grasp. I don't think Woodland Sleuth is all that good. Hamlet Captain looks pretty solid in our deck. We got a decent amount of humans. And he fits in with our early drops, our aggressive early drops. Huh. Well, Splinter Fright came back. We got a ton of creatures, but would we be playing Splinter Fright? I don't know. Would we be playing Elder Cathar over that? Probably, since again he works with Hamlet Captain really well. Yeah, we're taking Elder Cathar. We already have 3 of these. I doubt we can use another. I'd rather just get the answer to Burning Vengeance or one of those other crazy enchantments that might be out there. Well, we're going to have quite the deck to build here. I think Pitchburn Devils is not making the cut since he has a splash. Spider Grasp also probably not making the cut. Maybe that's crazy. I have so many creatures. All my creatures look good. Maybe everything looks good in this format. I mean, as I said, this is the first deck I've drafted, so I don't know exactly what looks good and what doesn't look good. I mean, gosh, we have 2 essentially colorless lands. Like, this is colorless, even though it produces extra colors, so you don't really want to have an opening hand that has, like, this and a plains, and then, like, green cards. How good is Boneyard Worm? Probably not amazing. Like, it's got to be better than Selfless Cathar. I'm going to go ahead and take Boneyard Worm. Hey, baby. Yeah, sorry about that. My wife just got home, so I paused the recording for a little bit for the last few picks. So here it looks like this is what I'm going to go with. I really don't know like how good stuff like Prey Upon is. We got a lot of small guys, so that could be really bad. Though, like, for 4 mana, it's okay there. In fact, like, maybe Ranger's Guile is just better. It's a more aggressive card. Maybe Spider Grasp is better. Again, a more aggressive card. I don't know how good Boneyard Worm is. In fact, we have so many creatures he could be really big, but he just doesn't do much for me early game, so I'm not really sure how solid that is. Like, the Pitchburn Devils looks really good, but we don't like have a way to sacrifice them or abuse them. So I don't know how well they fit in this deck. It also would increase the mana count, which could be problematic. I have 1 mountain here, 1 grotto. We have the Caravan Vigil that can search for the mountain. So that's effectively 3 red mana for the 2 red spells. I think that's okay. I'm also running 7/4/7 plains. We have the Pilgrim and the Grotto that can help mana fix a little bit there. So I think that's okay. But yeah, I mean, it really comes down to this last card. probably one of these right here, and I don't know, as I said, which is better at all. Like, I have no clue. I mean, I only saw one prey upon in the whole draft, I think, so maybe it's okay, but it did come late. So it could be overvalued or undervalued or just not, or just not in those packs. Like, I didn't see any spider grass in the first 2 packs, and then saw a bunch later, so people could have just been grabbing that because, or they could have had too many already, and so that's why it was being passed later. I think Ranger's Guile might be the card. I mean, it can target their creatures too, so it can counter stuff like enchantments or things. I don't know if there's any sick enchantments that they might be putting on creatures now, but that could become relevant. Oh, it says target creature you control. I'm sorry. Well, we have Prey Upon on the sideboard, so we always sideboard it in if they have a lot of smaller creatures that we need to kill. I think I might just go with the Ranger's Guile for now. I don't think we need another creature like Boneyard Worm since we have enough creatures. I mean, we got the Tappers, so we probably don't want to, like, the cheapness of the mana might become relevant here. I mean, maybe it's better to play another Ranger's Guile than, like, an early Wolf. But I think this deck's aggressive, and I think Wolf is a hard card to block. Yeah, we'll just go with this, and we will see how it goes. All right, I will see you in round 1.